and welcome to another live English lesson here on the AM Language YouTube channel. I hope you're all doing well and that you are having a great Friday afternoon. We've had a look at quite a few things this week. Yesterday, we looked at introducing negative comments during our discussions. We've also looked at market trends. We looked at buying and selling. And we looked at one other thing. What did we look at? Yes, relax. How relaxing and switching off, and a comparison between our childhoods and now. In today's lesson, we are looking at TV shows. And these TV shows are going to form our ideas in terms of how we can talk about TV shows. Now, what we're going to look at here is you can come in with any type of TV shows, but we're going to try and develop our ability to talk about TV shows, describe what type of TV show it is. It's very similar to film English, except maybe there's one or two extra bits of terminology that we can use. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and like and share the video as well. So we'll just give people a little bit more time. The first term, though, that I am going to go in with is binge watching. Do you like, hello Arena F, good afternoon and welcome to today's lesson. So we've got, do you like binge watching? Is it easy to let's go with yeah, binge watching. Can we adapt this in any way? Bum, 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 bum. I think it can be used as a verb as well. Yes. Do you like binge watching? Yes. Nabi, good afternoon. Welcome to today's lesson and thank you for joining. If this is your first time, make sure you subscribe. And Irina F, Pliviet, welcome to today's lesson. So we've got binge watching. Do you like binge watching? Or do you like to... Actually, we should probably put this in. There usually should be a hyphen in there. Do you like to binge watch? Leondina, good afternoon. Welcome to today's lesson. Is it binge watchable? Okay, these are the questions. So what is binge watch? That is the question. Let's have a little look whilst we're waiting in terms of its meaning. So effectively, we've got option A. It's difficult to watch. B. It's enjoyable to watch. Or is it D? Would I go with this last bit over here? Actually, I'll just write when you watch. Okay, so A, B, oh, and C. That's it. So it's actually C. Oh, do you like to binge watch? So is binge watching when you're looking at something which is difficult to watch? Do you think it's just because it's enjoyable to watch? Or is it when you watch episode after episode? So you watch multiple episodes. What do you think is the correct definition of binge watch? And that's the first thing that we're looking at. And then we'll have a little look. Leondina says C. Nabi, feel free to come in with your opinion, and you too, as well, Arinav. Come in with your own opinions as well. What is binge watch? Leondina thinks that it's to do with C, so this would be when you watch episode after episode. Typically speaking, this is when you finish episode 1, you quickly move on to episode 2, and then before you know it, you've already watched episode 5 and 6. Okay, so you're all going for C, and yes, the answer is C. Oh, I'm going to ask you guys to tell me what are the most binge watchable TV shows for you. So let me know, what are the most watchable TV binge watching? What are the most binge watchable TV shows for you? Now, I'm going to give you my list of just some TV shows that come to mind. First of all, I think number one for me, Friends. It's a comedy. It's very binge watchable. It's very easy just to watch all the way through. A series that was around quite some time ago now, 24. That was very binge watchable, easy to watch. Three, modern day one, a current one, I would say Lucifer on Netflix. That's easy to watch again and again and again. The next one, I would say, going for a little bit of variety here, there was a program a while ago, maybe 10 years ago, called House. That was very binge watchable, easy to watch, wasn't difficult. And finally, if I were to think of a fifth one that I would say, yes, this is easy to watch, I would say, let's go Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Okay, that's a popular TV show at the moment on Netflix. So those would be my 5 examples of some TV shows which are binge watchable. It's as soon as you press the first episode, it's going to be quite easy to be there and just watch the next one and the next and the next. So those would be my examples. Let me know what your examples would be. What sort of TV shows can you think of that you would describe as binge watchable? And are you a binge watcher? Do you end up binge watching? Um, I know someone at the moment who likes to binge watch. Um, I know that recently she watched 10 seasons of Grey's Anatomy in 1 week. So she likes to binge watch her television programs. Let me know for you though what you like to binge watch. Any particular episodes? They don't. It doesn't matter if we don't know them. It might be something very unique to your part of the world. Might not be. I mean, Friends is international. Really, everybody knows Friends. But maybe you have there's a TV show you like to watch from your country that you enjoy watching, and then we'll start breaking these down and discussing them and looking at how we can introduce interesting bits of language to help talk about TV shows. Often you might think, is this going to be just in terms of suggesting and recommending? No, in today's lesson, no, we've done a lot of that. We're actually going to try and develop our ability to explain a little bit. So I'm just going to give you a little bit more time to come in with your own examples, and then we can go from there. Let's see, one moment. Okay, I'm just going to put the light on. I can see that the light in this room is getting a little bit bad. So I'm just going to go and turn the light on. Thank you very much, Leondina. I'm just going to go and turn the light on. Let's see. First, Game of Thrones. and recently saw Bridgerton, even though I'm not a fan of the TV show. Okay, thank you very much, Leondine. I'll be back in 1 second. Okay, so I'm back. Thank you very much for that. It's important to have a good amount of light. Okay, so we've got Games of Thrones, Bridgerton, and we've got examples, The Last Kingdom of Mine. Cool, okay, some good ideas over here. I know some people are really, really into Games of Thrones. So the first thing we're going to have to introduce you to is this. Spoiler alert. Very important terminology, spoiler alert. You might have heard of this already, maybe not. Spoiler. But yeah, spoiler alert. It's important to, I mean, I need to say this anyway, but spoiler alert, meaning you are about to say something that you might say something that people don't want to know because they haven't seen it yet. They haven't seen it yet. And that's really important. That's good afternoon, Evelina. Welcome to today's lesson. Spoiler alert. You are about to say something that people don't want to know because they haven't seen it yet. And this is what we mean by spoiler alert. Did you have your haircut? Yes, Evelina, I did. Thank you very much. It was much needed, that's for sure. So we are going to talk about some things, and maybe there'll be some spoiler alerts. So let's start off by looking at some things that we can talk about, phrases and words and language that we can use to help us to explain what a program is about. So certain important words, okay. When you want to, okay, summary. Which of these terms would you use to summarize? Okay, so one, basically. Two, thus. Three, essentially. Four, although. And number five, the gist of it. So when you want to summarize a TV program, or anything for that matter, what do we go with? Do we go with, can we use basically? Can we use the word thus? Can we use essentially, although, and can we use the gist of it is? What do you guys think when you're going to give a general, a summary of a TV show? Because that's what we're looking at here. And then we'll move on to the next bit, and that is to make sure that we put it in the correct right linkers to help us explain. Leondina says 1, 3, and 5. Do you guys agree with Leondina? Is it basically, essentially, and the gist of it is? Do you agree with her when you're going to summarize the general idea? 1 and 4 says Arena F. Okay, the answer over here is 1, 3, and 5. Okay, so yeah, we want to use basically, essentially, and the gist of it is. Okay, the gist is the general idea. The gist is the general idea. Okay, So I'm gonna use friends as an example because it's just an easy example, and then from there we'll progress. So basically, it's a TV show about six people living in New York in the 90s, and they end up actually, yeah, and they end up um, having lots of relationships with people as well as each other. All of the characters are unique. Well, all the characters are different actually, and have their uh, and have their own unique characteristics. Okay, so far we're just summing up the general idea. The question is, what terminology did I use to do the following? Okay, so what term did I use to? Long, um, to say what the most common plot is. So A, to say what the most common plot is. B, alternative to and, because I don't want to repeat and C, um, so let's see if you guys can find the right terminology. So first one, so you're looking at this. So we've got basically it's a TV show about six people living in in New York in the 90s, and they end up having lots of relationships with people as well as each other. All of the characters are different. So A. So what term did I use to? A. To say what the most common plot is. This might be the hardest one. I'll give you a clue. This is in the third line. B, to say what the most common plot is. Sorry, B, alternative to and. So, and they end up having lots of relationships with people as well as each other. All of the characters are different. So here you're looking for an alternative to and. Think of what and means. And then think of, well, what words have I used here to say and, but in a different way? Finally, to state something original about the people on the show. So let's see what you guys come out with. Some things might be slightly obvious. Others, maybe not so much. There might be one or two things that might be what we would call obscure. Obscure is, if something is obscure, it means unclear. So maybe one or two might be a little bit obscure, but there is enough information there to make it clear enough. And then I'm going to ask you guys to try and do the same and complete the various sentences as well that are to come. So yeah, I mean, this is just the sort of language we can use at the moment to give a general idea. So like I said, basically it's a TV show about six people living in New York in the 90s, and they end up having lots of relationships with people as well as each other. All of the characteristics are different, and they end up having lots of relationships. I suppose that is one of the key things in Friends. They do go from, I think all the characters go from relationship to relationship. Maybe it's a fair reflection of people living in their 20s and 30s, maybe. Um, and in the end, yeah, in the end, Monica and Monica and Chandler are together. So they date and marry. Spoiler alert there, and Rachel and Ross as well. So um, there's a clear plot theme over there. Okay, so I'm just going to give you some hints. Okay. So Lee and Dean has come in with, they end up having lots of relationships, two as well as and three different own unique characteristics. And I'm going to tell you from now. Okay, answers. Okay, well done, Lee and Dina. Perfect. So one is end up. They end up. Okay, they end up having. End up is the phrasal verb that we use for this one. Number two, as well as, thank you very much. And number three, different or own unique characteristics. Unique. Unique characteristics. Okay, cool. Excellent. Well done. So that's a nice sort of start. Now let's move on to the next. Okay, so I'm going to go with a slightly different program here. This time I'm going to go with a program that was very successful a few years, well, not a few years ago. When was it? I can't remember now. Anyway, it's called Prison Break. Very famous. If you haven't watched it, I do recommend watching the first two seasons. So Prison Break. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, and 3. Let's go for the next round. Okay, A. I'm going to introduce you to some slightly different language here. Um, B. Mm-hmm. Okay, and one more. C. What do you guys think? Can you complete this very short sentence? Um, some new language. I suspect there'll be some new language over here, which is always good to look at. Feel free as well. You might be able to come in with some synonyms potentially. So you've got the options of foil or foiled in the past, plot twists, and protagonist. And further to this, just so we all know what the meanings are, we're going to try and link them to their meanings. I. So Leondine has gone with 1 is plot twist, 2 is protagonist, and 3 is foiled. Okay. Well, once you've answered those, see if you can relate them to their correct meanings as well. With I, and 3I. So let's see if that reads well, Leondina. There are a lot of plot twists, and the main protagonist ends up having his plans foiled. Well, if you agree with Leondina, come in and let me know if you agree with her. Plus, again, at this point, it's only 3 words, so I expect you guys to get this one right. But you've got change in the, you've got foiled, plot twist, propaganda, and protagonist. Your options are 1, changes in the main storyline, 2, ruined or spoiled, and 3, lead character. Okay. Thank you very much, Evelina. You agree. What about with Leondina? What about linking the words to their meanings? I, 2I, and 3I. And then we would have done the whole thing. And then we're going to try it and see if we can put this together, put our language together so we can explain coherently. So Leondina says A is ruined. Okay. B, changes in the main storyline, and C, lead character. Thank you very much. And the answers are as follows. So 1, yes, 1 goes with plot twist. So 1 goes with B. 2, we've got the main protagonist. And finally, we've got 3, that which is having his plans foiled. So that goes with A. And yes, foiled. This goes with I. Uh, plot twist. Yeah, plot twist goes with, where is it? I, just I. And finally, we've got protagonist. That goes with I, 3I. Okay. Well done there for getting those right. So we're making our way through TV programs and looking to see how we can describe them, talk about them. So finally, what is it when we want to encourage people? So here are a few things. Okay, let's see how you guys do. So this is the sentence. You must watch it. It's so you. It's amazing, and I know you will enjoy it. Now, how can we say this better? I'm going to give you some options. A. So we're going to say, can you replace? How can you replace these? Let's go with this. Okay, so can you replace? 1, you must watch it. 2, it's so you. It's so you. And 3, it's amazing, and I know you will enjoy it. We need to find the right alternatives. Let's see if you can pick the right alternatives to this one. B. D, E. And F. Okay, so you've got A, B, C, D, E, and F. Choose 3 that you think are the best alternatives. So you might end up going with something like 3F, for example. You might think like that, okay? Let's see what you think are the best alternatives. So you got it's right up your alley. B, I insist you watch it. C, you should watch it. D, it suits you. So it suits your style. E, it's gripping and thoroughly enjoyable. F, it's okay and I think you will love it. You need to link these two. You must watch it. It's so good. It's so you, and it's amazing, and I know you will enjoy it. Link the ones that make most sense. You can only use 3. Again, some potential new language here. You've got words like gripping, alley, in this context. Suits, like it suits you. Really important bit of language. You know, if we say, yeah, yes, it suits you. The glasses suits you. The house suits you. The car suits you. What does this mean, really? Let's see if you guys can go with the right options. So you must watch it. It's so you, and it's amazing, and I know you will enjoy it. We're looking to now trying to persuade people that this is what they should go and watch. Leondina, thank you for your answers. So you have said 1 goes with C, 2 goes with D, 3 goes with F. Okay. F would be it's okay, and thank you. You will love it. 2D, it suits your style, and C, you should watch it. Okay, well, let's see if you are right. I'm going to give everybody else about 30 more seconds, and then I'll come in with the correct answers. While waiting for people to come in with their answers, what I'm going to say is, guys, is that don't forget to check out the new AM language video. We uploaded a new video this week, which is great. It's on the past continuous with the past simple. It looks at how you can build these sentences around a storyline. Okay, so I'm going to give you guys 20 more seconds and then I'll let you know what the answers are. And that will give you time to come in with your own sort of ideas. Evelina says 1 goes with C. C, you should watch it. You must watch it. Okay, let's see the answers. Okay, 1 actually goes with A. Now, don't forget, guys, should is not the same as must. This is a little trick. Oh, sorry, no. Sorry. I got off to the wrong start there. So I'll start again. 1. 1 goes with B. So you must watch it. Now, why have I gone with B and not C? Well, it's this. When we say you should watch it, okay, that's very similar. You should watch it. All right. But if we start using the word must, that's stronger than should. You must watch it. If you're saying you must watch it, you're really saying I insist you watch it. This is a really strong element of language by saying, look, I insist you watch it. You have to, basically. So this actually has more in common with B than C. Now, can we still say C? You should watch it? Yes, of course. But should is not as strong as must. In this context, to insist on something is the same level as must. So that's why 1 goes with B. So a bit of an unexpected answer there, maybe. 2, you guys have said 2 goes with D. It's so you. Everyone else 2B. Okay, no, 2 goes with A. It's right up your alley. It's right up your alley. So an alley in English is a side road in a city, for example, or a town. But if we say something is right up your alley, we're really saying that this is you. This is so you. This is exactly the sort of thing that you would like. That's why we say it's right up your alley. And finally, 3, it's amazing, and I know you will enjoy it. You guys have gone with 3F. It's okay, and I think you will love it. Okay, so actually, yeah, I'm going to surprise you guys again. This is closer to E. So 3 actually goes with E. Now, why? First of all, you've got this gripping. Okay, gripping is this really strong, intense element of interesting. If it's gripping, it's probably amazing. Okay, so that's the first thing. To say it's okay is not the same way as saying it's amazing. And second of all, thoroughly enjoyable. That is very similar to the actual thing, and I know you will enjoy it. So this one here, this last one, probably the hardest sort of group of questions I've asked today. So please take a note. 1 goes with B. When you use must, should really is not a direct alternative to must. It's not to say it's not it's not a million miles away, but it's weaker. So you want to look for stronger language. In an exam, if you see stronger language, go with the stronger language. Insist is a really strong one. I insist. And then we got 2 saying that 2 goes with A. It's right up your alley. Yeah, if you like it, if you know it, the person will like it. It's right up their alley. Finally, the last one, E3, we've got it's amazing, and I know you will enjoy it, and that actually goes with E. It's gripping and thoroughly enjoyable. That's what we would say anyway in English. So, guys, that brings us to the end of today's lesson. Thank you so much. And thank you for the week. A big thank you to Arena F, Evelina, and Leondina for participating in today's lesson. Without you guys, these lessons cannot really happen. And because you guys make the lesson. If you participate in the live chat, you make the lesson. Nabi, thank you very much for your contribution today as well. I hope you enjoyed it. As always, guys, make sure you subscribe, like the video, and share. Evelina says, have a great weekend, and bye. You too, Evelina, have a great weekend as well. I'll be back on Monday, same time, with more live English lessons as well. And don't forget to keep a lookout again next week on the AM Language YouTube channel. We've got some more videos coming. We're up to 744 subscribers, which is excellent. At the moment, we're on course to meet our target of 750 by the end of the month. Let's see if we can pass that and get closer to 760. Leondina, you too, have a great weekend. Take care. And you too, Arena, have a great weekend. Okay, everybody, thank you so much. See you Monday, same time, 3 o'clock, with some more live English lessons. And take care and have a great weekend. Thank you very much. Bye for now.